Ermes Gasparini, nicknamed the Gladiator, country Italy, age 29 years old, height 113 kg, 287 lbs, height 188 cm, occupation marble quarry worker, biceps 54 cm, forearms 48 cm, wrist 23 cm, and Denis Cyplenkov, height 186 cm, weight 145 kg, biceps 61 cm, forearm 53 cm, wrist 24 cm, hip 75 cm, neck 15 cm, and waist 105 cm. Both athletes are very strong in arm wrestling. They beat out almost every opponent. Their strength indicators are at a very high level, especially back pressure. They often took first place in arm wrestling competitions. Armwrestling Gasparini and Denis, they often perform now. Denis is preparing for a match against Devon Larratt. It will be a big match. It will be very interesting to see who will win, because Armwrestling Gasparini lost to Devon Larratt in his last match. Let's think about why this happened. The main reason Devon is because it was a terrible style match for Ermes, highlighting the importance of match dynamics in arm wrestling. Devon's longer arm and perfect setup forced Ermes to hold on to him, making it nearly impossible for Ermes to use his top roll effectively against Devon's strong back pressure and pronation. Despite Armwrestling Gasparini's reputation for his flop press move, it proved ineffective against Devon Larratt, highlighting the importance of adaptability in arm wrestling. Devon Larratt's victory was attributed to his ability to block his opponent's presses by committing his shoulder and controlling their pronator, while his competitors failed to do so. Devon was able to stop Ermes effectively because he knew how to properly deal with Ermes' lack of shoulders, pronation, and cup. The transition in arm wrestling is the most dangerous part of the move, as it can give your opponent access to their power. Devon's strong top roll, cupping, and shoulder commitment were key factors in his victory over Armwrestling Gasparini. Devon in this match is probably not going to happen, meaning Ermes' best option to beat. Devon's style was better than Ermes. After losing to Gennady, Devon worked hard on his hook and got himself better than ever. And according to Ermes, the reason for his defeat was also Devon's technique and his pronation. Ermes Gasparini is a four-time world champion and multi-time European champion. The power puller from Italy is a daunting task for any heavyweight standing on the other side of the table. His impressive performance on the world stage and dominant victories over heavyweights twice his weight have earned him a cult following. The first place in the 95 kg category is on the right hand, the fourth in the absolute is also on the right, especially considering that Ermes did not participate in the World Cup this year. True, this young Italian can be called one of the surprise of the Golden Tour. Denis had his first real taste of arm wrestling in 1996 at age 14. He had a true talent for the sport, as he had absolutely massive hands, very strong colon, perfect for the sport of arm wrestling. Added to top of this his strength level, and he was destined to have a future in the sport. Denis Cyplenkov hands are considered to be the biggest in the world, if not in the top-sized hands in the world. A palm width is twice the radius of a normal hand. His fingers are each the thickness of two fingers from a normal human been, and his wrist is an astonishing 24 centimeter circumference. Denis would compete in arm wrestling in the year to come, but it was in 2008 where his destiny took a turn, as this would be when Cyplenkov started to train with world-class arm wrestling coach Razmadze, who was the coach of Alex Voyevoda. It was with coach Razmadze where Denis honed his arm wrestling skill and training regime, thus helping him crush future opponents in arm wrestling competitions. Denis' decision to train with Razmadze was the catalyst that produced the Cyplenkov the arm wrestling world would come to know. Prior to training with coach Razmadze, Denis often used brute strength and a type of tricep-focused chopping motion to beat opponents after training with Razmadze. Cyplenkov was a much more technically sound arm wrestler and thus had both top-level power and technique at his disposal from then on. Add on top the fact Cyplenkov can pull with both his right and left arm at the highest levels of the sport, and it is easy to see why he achieved the level of success he did. Cyplenkov started beating everyone. 2008 was the year when the entire arm wrestling world started saying the name Denis Cyplenkov, as Denis came onto the scene like a ferocious testosterone-filled bear, devouring everything in his way. His first real test was in 2008 in the Nepal against Ukrainian arm wrestling legend Andrei Pushkar. Cyplenkov would defeat Pushkar 6-0 in left-hand competition. It would be the first Tier 1 victory of many to come and start his left-hand undefeated streak for the rest of the decades. Unlike many North American arm wrestlers who competed often, Cyplenkov did not compete often but chose to compete at the world's best shows such as the Nemirov World Cup, which is also known as the Zloty Tour, and considered by many as the world's best arm wrestling competition. 2008 and 2009 would see Denis win the left-handed tournaments, while during the same years the only match he lost was in the right-handed division against the arm wrestler John Brzink. Who do you think won in arm wrestling, Ermes or Denis Cyplenkov? Write down in comments, guys, and see you in the next videos.